Doctor Who fans and stalkers on YouTube, welcome to my first Big Finish audio review. Now of course, thanks to Night of the Doctor, these Big Finish audios are now canon, so it means for a lot of people that haven't listened to them, we have a lot of catching up to do. Now before Big Finish fans mention this, I am starting with The Adventures with Lucy Miller, not the ones before this kind of new series with Charlie Pollard. Reason? One, because Blood of the Daleks is an incredibly good starting point for newbies for, well, Big Finish, and there are so many Charlie Pollard stories that I'm going to have to go through this whole series, Dark Eyes, and then just go full circle and go back to them. One final thing, this review may contain spoilers, so if you want to avoid them, please reach this point in the video to reach my overall thoughts. Alright, here we go. The plot. A 19-year-old girl called Lucy Miller mysteriously appears in the 8th Doctor's TARDIS. We later find out that this is because of the Time Lords, because for some reason part of her memory has been wiped and she's been plopped with the Doctor for protection. The Doctor and Lucy sort of don't see eye to eye, but they realise that they kind of need each other and will have to work together. The two end up on Red Rocket Rising, where they meet Asher and Clint. Clint is the leader of the colony and Asher is a scientist who Professor Martis, a supposedly dead scientist who used human body parts and Dalek parts in order to survive. The Doctor and Lucy also meet Tom Cardwell, a loony who wears a tinfoil hat. Yeah, you heard that right. Clint receives a message from the Daleks stating that they want to help Red Rocket Rising and rescue them. The people of the planet are naturally happy, but it's only really Tom Cardwell and the Doctor that know of the Daleks' evil intentions. It is revealed at the end of the story that Asher is actually Professor Martes, who's stolen Asher's body and created Daleks of his own. Dun dun dun. Paul McGann shines in this adventure. He has that calm yet controlling presence that he definitely came across like that in the TV movie, but with these audios I've noticed a more sarcastic and witty side to him, and it'll be interesting to see his Doctor develop now that we've got like 4 more series of it. Sheridan Smith is an absolute joy as Lucy Miller. She's very reminiscent of Donna Noble, and the back and forth remarks between the Doctor and Lucy are very entertaining. Anita Dobson and Kenneth Cranham are great as Tom and Clint, but I think it's really Hayley Atwell who plays Asher/Martes, who plays quite a sinister, quite chilling at times, side villain. Of course, Nicholas Briggs plays the Daleks, and well, he's superb as always. The story itself is also very well handled. There are very subtly dark themes in this story that I don't think the actual TV show would really delve into as far as it does here, because it might be too scary for the kiddies. The pacing of the story was also very good, and there was never a point where I lost interest, which again, very good, and sometimes that can happen, especially with the classic series, when you've kind of got, well, sometimes it can feel like it's too long. These are about an hour long each, so it's very easy to keep paying attention. Where there were dark themes, there are also humorous elements, and I think that really helps to keep you engaged, and, well, Nick Briggs as the Daleks, they're so deliciously wicked that they can really come across as humorous as well. Blood of the Daleks Part 1 is a joyride. Sure, it takes 15 minutes to get going, but as the story pans out, the twists get better, the dialogue gets sharper, and the Daleks are as threatening as ever. It is absolutely brilliant that we get to see more of the 8th Doctor, and Lucy Miller is a brilliant, fun and feisty addition to the companion roster. Personally, I think it's Part 2 where the action really gets going, but for a first part, it's just superb, and I think it's a brilliant way to start the Big Finish line if you're new to it. So, Blood of the Daleks Part 1 gets 9.5. Oh yeah. See you in the next review.